Ecosystem structure and functions. Structures.
Biotic components. Producers or autotrophs include plants, algae, and some bacteria that produce their own food through photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. Consumers, or heterotrophs, are organisms that cannot produce their own food and rely on other organisms for nutrition. Primary consumers are herbivores that eat producers. They play a crucial role in transferring energy from producers to higher trophic levels. Secondary consumers are carnivores that eat primary consumers. They help control the population of herbivores and maintain the balance within the ecosystem. Tertiary consumers are carnivores that eat secondary consumers. They play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems by controlling the population of other animals. Omnivores are fascinating creatures because they eat both plants and animals. This dietary flexibility allows them to adapt to a variety of environments and food sources. Decomposers and detritivores like fungi, bacteria, and earthworms are essential for breaking down dead organic matter. They recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem, ensuring the continuity of life.
All right, so let's dive into the abiotic components of ecosystems. These are the non-living parts that shape the environment and influence the living organisms within it. Now, when we talk about physical factors, we're referring to elements like light, temperature, moisture, wind, and soil composition. Each of these plays a crucial role in determining the types of organisms that can thrive in a particular ecosystem. And then we have the chemical factors. These include pH levels, the availability of nutrients, and the overall water chemistry. These factors are essential for the survival and health of living organisms in any ecosystem.
Functions.
Energy flow in ecosystems is a fundamental concept. It describes how energy moves through different trophic levels, from producers to consumers, and finally, to decomposers. Energy flow models, well, they help us understand the efficiency of energy transfer between trophic levels. These models can be represented through food chains, food webs, and ecological pyramids. Linear energy flow follows a one-way direction from producers to various levels of consumers. Pyramidal energy flow represents energy loss at each trophic level. Food chains are a sequence of organisms, where each is a food source for the next. Food webs, complex networks of interconnected food chains.
Biogeochemical cycles, water cycle, evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and runoff. The carbon cycle, it's all about photosynthesis, respiration, decomposition, and combustion. The nitrogen cycle involves several key processes: nitrogen fixation, nitrification, assimilation, ammonification, and denitrification. The phosphorus cycle includes weathering of rocks, absorption by plants, and its return through decomposition.
Ecological succession. Primary succession occurs on bare, lifeless substrate, like, for example, volcanic lava, or areas where glaciers have retreated. Secondary succession follows a disturbance in an area with existing soil and organisms, such as after a fire or a flood. Species diversity. Genetic diversity, variety of genes within a species. Species diversity, variety of species within an ecosystem. Ecosystem diversity refers to the variety of ecosystems within a region. It's, the different habitats, communities, and ecological processes that make up the environment. The concept of ecotone and edge effects is crucial in understanding how different ecosystems interact. An ecotone is, a transition area between two distinct ecosystems, and the edge effects are the changes in population or community structures that occur at the boundary. An ecotone is a transition zone between two ecosystems. It's like a buffer area where species from both ecosystems can interact, creating unique conditions and often greater biodiversity. Edge effects refer to changes in population or community structures at the boundary of two habitats. Ecological habitats and niche. Habitat is the physical environment in which a species lives. Niche, the role and position a species has in its environment, including its interactions with biotic and abiotic factors. Ecosystem stability, factors affecting stability. Biodiversity. Higher biodiversity often enhances stability. Environmental conditions, stable conditions promote ecosystem stability. Human impact, pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change can destabilize ecosystems. Resistance. The ability of an ecosystem to remain unchanged during disturbances. Resilience. The ability of an ecosystem to recover after disturbances.
Ecosystem services, provisioning services, products obtained from ecosystems like food, water, and timber. Regulating services. Benefits obtained from the regulation of ecosystem processes such as climate regulation and flood control. Cultural services, non-material benefits including recreation and spiritual enrichment. Supporting services. Services necessary for the production of all other ecosystem services, for instance, soil formation and nutrient cycling.